Govannen, niblings. Let's play LotRO, episode 102. So I'm here at Rushingdale. You might see that is Tinudir, way off there in the distance. I am on the other side of the lake. I'm all the way over here. I had to take the boat from Tinudir up to the Eve Spires, and then I rode my horse down here. I could have come to Tilrunen and swam across, but the horse is a little bit quicker than swimming. This is where I'm meeting Gwindeth, the Blue Lady. She's behind the waterfall. So, Gwindethrond is what this place is called, which I'm sure means something in Sindarin like the Cozy Cave of Gwindeth or something like that. It would be nice if I actually knew Sindarin, but I don't. I just piece it together from websites. Fun story, there used to be a professor near where I lived who taught Sindarin classes at the university, and I really wanted to take them. But by the time I had time in my schedule to sign up for them, he had retired.
Do not trouble me if your need is not urgent.
Okay. So she says, not only will I be judged by my words, but Aragorn will also be judged by my words, because he's the one who sent me.
Mind my words, traveler.
Okay, well, here's a familiar quest. At least what she wants me to do, anyway. So, she's just talking about how she flooded the lake for Elendil to protect the relics of his line when Elendil's people could no longer defend this land. So she deliberately sunk the city, basically. The Silithar is in the keeping of Círdan the Shipwright. I think it's Círdan and not Círdan. I think C's in Elvish are always hard. So then she wants me to go to Tilruinen, where I've already been, and defeat salamanders, because they are an invasive species. They don't belong here, basically, is what she said in fantasy speak. So this is a really pretty spot here. Look at this. So, and I should get I think I'm gonna get a screenshot with her. Just so I won't be able to come back here. Okay, I think like this will be good. This will make a good screenshot. There we go. Okay. I like being able to get those good screenshots from story instances. There's a little glowing crystal over there. A couple of them. Little willow trees. I think these are willows. Alright, so I've got to swim to Tilruinen. It's not really worth it for me to try to get to one of the boatmasters. It would take me about as long as it would to just swim there. So Here goes. It's a long swim. Oh, you know what? Tilruinen comes real close to this shore up here, so I'm going to ride my horse a bit of the way. I have to swim this part. Here, I'm going to rush. Because rush, it's hard to tell the difference, but it does make you swim a little bit faster. So if your class has something like this, like a sprint or something similar, you can do it when you swim. It's a very small boost, but it does help a little bit. Alright, let's get over to Tilruinen. And yeah, the side of the island that is close to the shore here is infested with salamanders. So there's actually salamander nests on that side. So it's a good spot to go to fight salamanders. So I think right here is probably good enough to swim from here. So I'll just jump in. My rush is off cooldown already. Had just come off cooldown, rather. So it's not too bad of a swim. I bet, swimming in this lake, when the weather's nice, is probably really nice. Like, it's probably a really pleasant experience when you're not carrying axes and trying to kill giant salamanders. Like, this is a very lovely location. Were it not for salamanders and invaders from Angmar. You can certainly see why the Númenorian kings built their capital here. Right, I keep forgetting honeycakes. Alright, so this won't take long. Alright, honey cake. That's not the honey cake button. Alright, just a few more. Okay, two more. Here's one. Get out of that fire. One more. Oops, hit the jump button by accident. Didn't mean to do that. Okay, that did it. Crawling rock shell, clutch of Nornagal. Wonder what that's about. time to swim back. My rush skill is still on cooldown, but that's not too bad. I'm just gonna look around a bit. There's a numinous over there. The sunken city. There's Rentost. Can't see Tinudir from here. It's behind the island. There's one of those towers that's northwest of Ostvarad. Can't remember which one that is. Alright. Here at the shore. Just a few little creatures over here that I'm going to try to avoid very carefully. Gotta take a little swim here because the land here is too steep. Use my rush. Alright, back to Rushingdale. Let's see if that satisfied Gwindeth. There is a little incense portal behind the waterfall. If you zoom your camera in, when you get behind the waterfall, you can see it. But I really like the effect of it looking like you're just walking through the waterfall and then loading into this area. Okay. Look at all the snakes and frogs. Little friends.
Pray your need is worthy of my time.
Alright, so she says that's not good enough.
Mind my words, traveler.
Alright, she wants me to go back to Tilruinen. There are statues that have been corrupted by salamanders. And the other was removed. So if I restore the statues, maybe that'll be good enough for her. I need a cleansing draught, which I can get from the elves at the Eve Spires. She doesn't know about the missing statue. However, I do, because some of the people I talked with in Ostvarad, that's exactly what they were doing, was working on recreating a statue of Elendil. It's a good thing I helped them. Oops, I fell in the water there. Didn't quite make that jump. Alrighty. So I've got to go up to the Eve Spires, and do I need to? I think I need to go up there. Okay. Yes. Oh, don't know why I got on the horse when I gotta swim. But yeah, so okay, yeah, the quest tracker is telling me to go up there to the Eve Spires, and you can see the quest tracker is also telling me to go to Ostvarad. So yeah, I'll go up to the Eve Spires, talk to the elves, and then I can take the swift boat from the Eve Spires to Tinudir, and then take the swift horse from Tinudir to Ostvarad. I need to avoid these wolves. They'll try to dismount me. Also a very pretty area. I'd love to see them do a rework because, you know, what they've done with newer areas like Ithilien and the lands around Dale they're just gorgeous because they have more to work with. And you know, this is an old area. I remember when this was the first zone they released after the launch. Like, it was the first zone that didn't come with the game, that launched afterwards. It was their first big update, and everyone was impressed then with how pretty it was. But the game has come a long way in terms of what else it can do. I'd love to see them do a rework of this zone and make it even prettier. Alright, almost there. We've come a long way. Level 36 since I started this series. We've gone all the way through the Shire and Breland, Lone Lands, and the North Downs. And soon we'll be more or less done with Evendim. And we'll go to the Trollshaws. I went through there to meet with to go to Rivendell, and then Aragorn sent me here. But I'll do some quests there. Corrupted statue.
May Govannen, might you spare a moment of your time?
So he just says he knows of the respect she had for the kings of Innuminus. He talks about, he also heard that Elendil asked her to raise the waters, or was it Elendil? I can't remember if it was Elendil or a different king. So yeah, he's giving me a draught to clean the statue. He says, I have no need of thanks. It is enough to have a refreshingly brief conversation with someone new. Longbow is slow of speech in the nature of his kind, and Urkiel does not have the patience she once had for my mischief, though that is to her credit. So, he's glad to talk to someone who's in a hurry, which is funny.
How can I be of service?
Alright, so Tenudir. Alright, back here on Tenudir. Oh, got a little bit of system lag there while it was loading the area in. Looks like it cleared up.
What can I do for
Go
you?
to Ostfarad. Talk about that statue some, see what's going on. I think the last time I talked to the person who was rebuilding it, they were missing a piece, if I remember correctly. I don't know if that's going to come up now or what. Just looking at my gear here, I was trying to remember. I think I sold that chest piece. I couldn't remember what it looked like. It occurred to me I'm still in the same outfit as when I started. I would like to get a new outfit, but I haven't found one I really like yet.
Might I take a moment of your time?
But I know where I'll find one at least that I like. Alright, so he's finished making the statue. And he said it's wonderful that I've figured out where it came from, that I should return it to where it came from. So yeah, Til Ruinen. Yep. He just says good luck, basically, in a long-winded way.
Greetings.
Alright, so back to Tenudir. A lot of running around for this quest. And then from Nenual, I'll take the boat to Til Ruinen. You know, it just occurred to me that the cleansing draught here, I'm pronouncing it draught. I think in some dialects of English it's pronounced draft. But where I'm from, I usually hear people say draught. English is a weird language. But yeah, just in case you're wondering, if you hear people say draft, that is a correct pronunciation of that word. I think some might
How
say
can I
that
be of service?
my pronunciation is incorrect, but I think it's just a regional thing. It's okay to get a little nerdy about language in a Lord of the Rings video, right? Tolkien would be proud. Alright, so here's where the statue from the guy at Ostfarad goes. So that's cool. Alright, now I need to find the corrupted statue, which looks like is on the east end of the island. Lots of salamanders, trying to avoid them. I don't really want to fight them. Here's the corrupted statue. Alright, hopefully that one I aggroed earlier is just going to run off. Yep, there it goes. Alright. Alright. Looking good. Okay, so I gotta run, I gotta swim back to the shore. This is a little bit of a longer swim, and this episode is already running a bit long. So I'm gonna get back to Gwindeth, and then that'll be the end of this episode. Almost leveled up again. I've actually been wondering if I'm going to be too high level for the Trollshaw's quests. I'd like to do some quests there. I'm trying to remember what the level ranges are in that area. I think there are some higher level quests. Maybe I can skip the lowest level ones and just go straight to the higher level ones and still get the quest deed complete. I think that's a possibility. I don't really want to have to... Like, I'd like to show enough of each zone to complete the quest deed in each zone. And I would like to... I would like to not have to do quests that I'm badly overleveled for. In order to do that, basically. That's partly why I've been moving on from zones once I finish the quest deed, because I don't want to out-level too many zones. Because I want to be on the level. And the Stone of the Tortoise helps with that, but like, I'm under the level of this quest I'm doing currently. But like, this vector quest that sends me to the Trollshaws is level 33. So, yeah, we'll work it out. I'm not too concerned about it. Alright, back to Gwindeth. And if she sends me back to Nenual or something, then that'll be a good place to stop the episode. Okay.
Mind my words, traveler.
Alright, so she's pleased. There's one final test. Surely the Lord of the Dunedain has prepared you for this test. If he has not, then he has learned nothing.
Pray your need is worthy of my time.
Got to level 37. Alright. Elendil never returned from the wars. Silithar was kept by various people, placed it in the deepest chambers of his tomb. I wish that the body of Elendil might be brought to rest in Innuminus. When the Dunedain abandoned the city, Life spoke to me and said, there are too few of us left to hold Innuminus. We'll move the people to Fornost. Will Arnor survive the days ahead? So that was what he asked of her, because he thought that she had the gift of foresight. She says, I will tell you the rest of the tale if you satisfy my final demand. So she'll tell us what she told Emlaith if we return. I ask you to give me that which I desire most. Alright. Give me that which I desire most. So, I'm not gonna sit here and make you guess. I know what the answer is because I have played this game. What she desires most is respect. So I bow before her.
Do not trouble me if your need is not urgent.
So she is saying that I've passed her tests, and Aragorn has also passed her tests. Yep, she talks about how Aragorn has learned to be respectful since she first rebuked him many years ago. And now she's going to keep telling me about Amlaith. Amlaith asked if Arnor would survive the coming darkness, and Gwindeth told him, your kingdom will fall. I cannot see what misfortune awaits you at Fornost. My heart tells me that if you bring the Silithar from Innuminus, it will end up at the bottom of the ocean. So then he asked her to flood the city and preserve the treasures there. The Silithar will stay there in the tomb of Elendil. None shall disturb its rest until one of my line has need of it beyond all hope. You shall be its caretaker. So that's what Amlaith said to Gwindeth. So when all the people had left, Gwindeth flooded the city. And now she says, return to Callanglad, tell him that I will lower the water of the flood and allow you to access the deepest chambers of the tomb of Elendil. That's where the Silithar is. Okay. So, I've got to get back to Callanglad. But that is it for this episode. So tune in next time to see what happens with Callanglad and searching for the Silithar for Aragorn.